Hello, this is Earth Essentials by the Goddess, and I wanted to share a poem with you. But before I get into my poem, I wanted to discuss a little bit about my poem so that you'll better understand it. So my poem today is on Saturn. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Saturn. Saturn is a planet that orbits the sun every 28 years, known as Saturn. Saturn is represented by different gods. Now, one god that Saturn is represented is the god Kronos in Greek mythology. He was exiled by Zeus, and he was the god of agriculture and wealth and prosperity and seed sowing and just bringing abundance. Okay. Now, Saturn is also known as the father of Jupiter. And he has other children too, Neptune, but I'm not going to get into that. However, Saturn is also represented by the Orisha Babalu A. If I have not pronounced it correctly, you can look it up. It's Babalu-Aye. And this god represented helping you to elevate into your higher self, meaning that the god will create chaos so that you can't elevate. Also the god of healing epidemics. And what I mean by creating chaos is because Saturn is known to have you have restrictions in your life in the early part of your life. And then later on, you have elevate into your higher self because you lose those restrictions that you put upon yourself in your early years. Remember, it orbits the sun every 20 years. Also, Saturn is represented by the Egyptian god, Kemetic god Horus, known as the god of light, and also known as the sun god, the sky god. You will see Horus represented like is a hawk head or eagle head. And so this god here represented pretty much your third eye, bringing enlightenment. That's the reason why he's known as the god of light as well. And protection. Saturn is also represented by some chakras. Let me tell you. Saturn is represented by the root chakra because it is an earth sign, which Taurus and Virgo are also represented by the root chakra. The root chakra is located at the base of the spine. The color is red. Saturn is also represented by the third eye, which is the sixth chakra. And so is Jupiter. And that's the reason why you can see where the god Horus, the god of light, comes in here. The third eye is the eye of illumination. Your thought pattern, seeing things that you wouldn't normally be able to see or notice, being really linked with your intuition, but your thought patterns, your ideas, being able to perform those ideas and the thought patterns, that enlightenment, having knowledge that you wouldn't normally know, the third eye. Okay. Saturn is represented by the color red because of the root chakra, but also the color blue because of the third eye, and also the color black. And it's represented by the color black in science because it's known as the planet with no color, because it's the farthest away from the sun, because it only rotates every 28 years. Saturn is also represented by the number 8, which is befitting because Jupiter is known as the planet of abundance and luck, and 8 represents abundance and luck and fortune and prosperity. And so Jupiter is the child of Saturn as well, so that makes sense. Also, Saturn is represented by Saturday, that day of the week. As you can tell, Saturday is represented by that. Saturn is also known as Father Time. Yet the planet is a feminine energy. Saturn is represented by Capricorns, known as sea goats. The acronym GOAT, the greatest of all time, because Capricorns are known to be able to function on earth and water. Sea goats. Saturn is also known for restriction, discipline, leadership, boss energy. Most Capricorns are very focused on their career because of this energy. Everybody has Saturn in their birth chart. And wherever Saturn is in your birth chart, it's going to illuminate that energy, that Capricorn energy. I think I already said that Saturn, if I haven't, but I think I have, but Saturn is represented by the 10th house. Even though January is the first of the month, and people think that Capricorn start off, they do not. And that December, the end of the month, are represented by Capricorns as well. But in astrology, it's in the 10th house. Capricorns are a cardinal sign. So those are some things that I want to share with you about Saturn. And that way, when I read you my poem, you will understand a lot of the things that are in my poem and why I've said a lot of things. Hopefully I hadn't forgotten anything. If I have, feel free to look up the planet Saturn, because it's a really great planet, and like I said, it's in your zodiac chart, in your birth chart, and it'll help you better understand that energy wherever it's located. Okay, so let me go ahead. I wrote my poem on some note cards because I write so much, and I don't have time to memorize every little thing. So here I go. Saturn. Some would say that Saturn is the planet of restrictions. I prefer to reference it as the planet of intentions. Known as the god of sowing and seed, your perception turns into reality. In science, it's known as the giant gas. I call it by its proper name, the father of class, the daddy of Jupiter. He had a hand in creating abundance and luck. With hard work and discipline, affirmations manifest like your sunstruck, meaning that you feel like you've been touched by the sun. Guided by the moon, every 28 years, your spirit blooms. When Saturn retrogrades, things in life tend to blow up like a grenade. All the illusions and karmic relationships are put on display. Home of the Capri Suns, known as Capricorns, all that which no longer serves you will be slashed and burned. Restrictions create positions and release addictions that bound your mind to align your soul to the cosmos. Known as Father Time, associated with the third eye, the sixth chakra that sees through all lies. Associated with time yet timeless, transcending the light, transcending the limited world senses with loud silence. Every time Saturn returns, it puts you in balance. Using powerful energy to end karmic cycles is a phenomenal talent. Let me re-say that. Every time Saturn returns, it puts you in balance. Using powerful energy to end karmic cycles is a phenomenal talent, because what that means is when Saturn retrogrades, it brings up a lot of relationships. So that's when a lot of karmic relationships ends, when Saturn retrogrades. Because like I said, Saturn puts you in restrictions. It puts you back in balance, getting you organized. It's discipline you. So when you do break free of it, you start and look and see things that you didn't see at first. That's where your third eye kick in. And you start seeing things that you didn't. And also with the restrictions of Saturn, that's really good. It puts you in the mode of wanting to be by yourself. And the only time you're really able to go in yourself is when you're by yourself. When you silence all the other noises outside of you. And you hear your own thoughts. And you go in, you hear your own intuition. And you know your own self and your own knowing. So the Saturn Capricorn energy is very important. It's always career focused. It's always self-focused. because Capricorns are the ones that want to make a difference. They want to make a name for themselves, whether it's career, whether it's relationships, wherever it is. You want to make a name for yourself. It's a self-seeking planet as far as doing things for self, being self-sufficient, self-reliant. So Saturn is very important in your birth chart. So I hope that I was able to explain things to you. I hope you enjoyed my poem. And until I see you guys again, peace and chicken grease. Ashe.